Hello and a warm welcome to Well This Week by latestlaws.com. This is a weekly program, so hit the bell icon to get notification for new videos. My name is Sheetal Joon, Associate Editor, latestlaws.com, and I will be taking you through the significant orders and judgments passed by various courts in the country and some important international news from this week. Let's begin with Supreme Court this week. The Supreme Court has stayed Rahul Gandhi's conviction in a 2019 criminal defamation case over his Modi Surname remark, restoring his status as a Member of Parliament. Pronouncing the verdict, Justice B.R. Gavai and Justice said that the ramifications of the Gandhi's conviction are wide, since it will also affect the right of the electorates who elected him, and also no reasoning has been given by the trial court for imposing maximum punishment. The Supreme Court has postponed the hearing of AAP leader Manish Sisodia's interim bail petition in two Delhi's excise policy cases being investigated by the CBI and ED until September 4th. Manish Sisodia had filed a petition for interim bail citing his wife's medical condition as the reason for his release. But Apex Court bench comprising of Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justice S.V.N. Bhatti, after reviewing the medical records of Manish Sisodia's wife, concluded that she is fairly stable. The Supreme Court in its recent judgment has provided clarity on the application of principle of res judicata on subsequent proceedings. Apex Court comprising of Justice Surya Kant and Justice J.K. Maheshwari held that only fundamental determinations made by the court would be subject to the principles of res judicata, while collateral observations that are non-essential to the final decision would not be bound by it. In a decisive move aimed at resolving the ongoing deadlock between Delhi government and Delhi Lieutenant Governor over the appointment of the Delhi Electricity Regulatory Commission DERC chairperson, the Supreme Court has named former Delhi High Court Judge Justice Jayant Nath as the interim head of the regulatory body. Now let's have an overview of High Courts. The division bench of Jharkhand High Court has set aside the order denying benefits of petitioners under the DACP scheme and held that vested right is a right independent of any contingency, and it cannot be taken away without consent of the person concerned, and when the right has been accrued, the same can only be recalled by providing an opportunity of hearing. Otherwise, the person concerned who is to face the civil consequence will have the result without being provided an opportunity of being heard. The single judge bench of Justice Sandeep Kumar of the Patna High Court has held that the action of the state for forcibly capturing the land of the petitioners without initiation of proper proceeding is held to be illegal. The division bench of the Gujarat High Court has held that in the case of circumstantial evidence, the prosecution is required to establish the chain of circumstances leading to the guilt of the accused. The Delhi High Court has recently emphasized that senior citizens should not be expected to approach civil courts for property possession. Justice Subramaniam Prasad underscored the bounden duty of the children to take care of them. High Court bench expressed concern that some children were leaving their parents in difficult situations and forcing elderly individuals to resort to legal battles to obtain financial support. A Bombay High Court single judge bench presided over by Justice M.S. Javalkar, while setting aside the order passed by the Railway Claims Tribunal concerning the death of a deceased passenger in an untoward accident during travel, held that any person found dead or injured on railway premises is presumed to be a bona fide passenger unless the railway administration proves otherwise. The Delhi High Court has held that a mere acquittal does not automatically entitle an employee to reinstatement in services. It must be an honourable acquittal. The division bench comprising of Justice V. Kameshwar Rao and Justice Anup Kumar Mendriata noted that expressions like honourable acquittal, acquitted of blame or fully exonerated are not defined in the Code of Criminal Procedure or the Penal Code. They have been coined through judicial pronouncements. However, when an accused is acquitted after a thorough consideration of the prosecution evidence and it is evident that the prosecution failed to prove the charges against the accused, it can be deemed as an honourable acquittal. The Delhi High Court has addressed the issue of the admissibility of an agreement with an arbitral clause that lacked proper sealing. The court clarified that once the arbitrator has accepted the agreement and based an award on it, the award cannot be set aside solely on the ground of insufficient or improper sealing. The court cited the Supreme Court's decision in MS NN Global Mercantile Private Limited versus MS Indo Unique Flame Limited and others, affirming the principle. Moving on to international news this week. A Scottish court has ruled that a suspected rapist who has been accused of faking his own death while trying to evade justice can be extradited to the United States to face serious sex charges. Nicholas Rossi, 35, is wanted by authorities in Utah for allegedly raping a woman in 2008. He was also facing multiple complaints against him in Rhode Island for alleged domestic violence. In Jeep's conflict with Mahindra's Roxor matter, the court permits the scale of the redesigned model. A snag has been encountered in Jeep's continuing legal battle with the Indian automaker Mahindra over trademark infringement. The Roxor Mahindra's open-top side-by-side vehicle may continue to be sold following a decision from the Eastern District Court in Michigan. Jeep has been attempting for years to prevent Mahindra from selling the Roxor in the United States, thus the judgment is a loss for them. In the end, we have miscellaneous news. Cyril Amarchand Bangladesh has advised Tata Motors Limited on a scheme for arrangement for reduction by way of cancellation of capital and payment of non-cash consideration for such reduction of capital. The General Corporate and Capital Markets Practice of Cyril Amarchand Bangladesh advised Tata Motors on the transaction. The transaction team was led by Anand Jayachandran, partner, with support from Supriya Akalu, Principal Associate, Ayushi Singh, Associate, Abhishek Patibanda, Associate, and Ishpita Singh, Associate. The Faculty of Law at the University of Delhi is set to offer a new opportunity for aspiring law students with the introduction of 5-year integrated law courses for the academic year 2023 and 2024. Delhi University will now be offering Bachelor of Arts LLB, BA LLB Honours and Bachelor of Business Administration BBA LLB Honours programs, providing students with a pathway to pursue their passion for law early in their academic journey. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. This is a weekly program, and to get more information, please check the description box, and for weekly updates, like and subscribe to our channel.